Happy New Year.
Hey. Hi.
Happy New Year.
They can't hear me yet. Hey, can you guys hear me now? Good. I'm the Verizon guy now, apparently.
I think he's a Sprint guy now, isn't he?
Is he now? That makes sense. Because no one can hear anyone on Sprint.
This game is not sponsored by.
No, it's Sprint.
But it could be.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Competitors, hit us up.
Yeah, we will.
That's T-Mobile and Verizon.
We will trash on your competitors for no extra cost.
No cost. At no cost. Okay, so, hello, my name is Daniel. I am the Dungeon Master for this evening. And we are working our way through Aroria Origins, which is going to some of the deep lore and olden days of Aroria before Stargazers got to Aroria, our homebrew setting. So we're playing through that. We're on episode 3, and I think there's going to be 5 episodes. We might stretch it to 6. But before we get going, I want to shout out to our partners here at Ink and Lyre. Our first shout out is to Nine Realms Gaming. Nine Realms Gaming makes dice trays, dice towers, dice vaults, all kinds of super cool stuff. They laser engrave them. They're super awesome. You can go to Ink and Lyre or ninerealmsgaming.com and use our promo code LYRE10 to get 10% off your purchase at Nine Realms Gaming. I want to shout out Tabletop Audio. Tabletop Audio makes a lot of the music and the soundscapes, even the birds you're hearing right now, outside Randavi's hut. They make all that stuff. You can go to support Tim on Patreon by doing Command TA for Tabletop Audio. They're great. I want to shout out Mithril Armory. Mithril Armory makes dice. They do lots of Kickstarters. You can go check them out. Come with Command Myth. And of course, we want to make sure you can find all of us everywhere with Command Socials to find Ink and Lyre on Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, and all those places. And as a reminder to everyone here, if you're new to the Iron Valor show, we give away, when you watch the show, you earn coins, you earn Valor tokens that you can spend to give our players luck, and you can bless the party and curse the encounter and all kinds of fun stuff. It's a great way for you guys to be the blood gods and have an impact on the show and what happens in the game. So, there's a whole bunch of command lists for that. So, I think that's all I've got. So let's jump back in to episode 3 of Aroria Origins.
Yes.
Hi.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Yo.
So, last time we were here, the party left the Trumper's Reverie and made their way over to the Shepherd's Pass, or what would one day become it. A spooky, dark passageway between the Badlands and the Arorian mainland. Walking on through, the party faced many dangers. They experienced an ichor-filled pit full of spirits and monsters and beasts and will-o-wisps. and they walked across a bridge. Incredibly difficult. Many people almost hurt themselves a couple times, while others just flew. They walked around and found strange mounds of rocks that were all clumping together with other pieces of dirt and mineral and other things like that in this area. And in time, the party eventually made their way to the house of Randavi, which is a friend of Trompery's. And she has brought you all here, and you have all traveled together to speak to Randavi about the battery that he may or may not have or was working on. Trompery wasn't sure this was the best place to start because we needed a way to store magical energy and use that to create some of these weapons. And so we'll pick up right where we left up as we're standing outside the front of Randavi's cave, and you can see the huge piece of the mountainside which was blown off in some sort of event. Then over time, more water has run in here and created this cave. Randavi has his various minecart sort of operations where he's got a little pushcart that goes in and out of the cave. He's got pickaxes and wheelbarrows and some very mundane tools that he's using in this area. And he seems very well organized as a man can be. As you all approach, you see Randavi. He's kind of short, salt and pepper beard, thick, little short, like 5'5", 5'6" ish, kind of a short guy. Big blacksmith arms, he wears well made, but just regular rough spun clothing. He waves at you all and bids you all come over.
Yes, this man looks friendly. Friendly, we'll come over.
He looks as friendly as he can be for someone who lives alone in the woods for whatever reason. And he waves you out and says, "Hello! I'm Randavi! Is that Trompery? I see over there!" And she said,
"That was Trompery. Is it Trompery?"
Trompery then breaks through all of you and kind of waves at Randavi, and she goes walking up to him, and they embrace. He gives her a big old hug. She gives a big old hug back, like they haven't seen each other in so long. And they exchange some words and give a little talk as you guys all approach. And Trompery says, "Randavi, these are my friends. I have Pinley, Ardeen, Dorian, Eli, and Ernest here. We wanted to talk to you about a few things. Could we maybe go inside for a little bit?" And of course, he agrees and brings you all in. And you're all brought up into his house. Very basic. He's got like one bed, a couple chairs. There's a few places for you guys to lounge against the walls. You can sit crisscross applesauce, whatever you want to do. But it's not exactly a place that's made to house guests or have anything like that around. But as you all sit down, and Trompery sits down next to you guys, and we're sitting here in Randavi's hut, he'll say, "So, what can Randavi do for all of you?"
I think he kind of looks at like Trompery and says, well, I think we are looking for a battery. I think.
Yeah, so we can blow stuff up.
Yeah, a battery.
Yeah.
What kind of battery?
And kind of side glances again to Trompery and goes, "To power a protection weapon. To power a protection weapon."
Or many.
Trompery will quietly kind of explain to Randavi that no, it's something for magic, right? To hold magic, like for the spear I made, and like that. And then Randavi says, I might have something similar. Yes, I have such a device, a battery, something to hold charge for magical purposes. It is over there, and he points over towards the bed, and sitting there next to his bed is kind of just an assortment of like metal, like little rings all sitting over there. And he points over that and says, It is good, but it is useless. Randavi can do more with that himself than he can do with battery. It doesn't work.
Oh. Kind of, again, is like out of his element, just like...
Dreamus is watching trompery like, what is this? What is happening right now?
So you have a battery, but it doesn't work.
Yes, he sensing some confusion. Randavi says, "Yeah, it will hold. Randavi knows that it will hold charge, but the charge itself cannot. It doesn't happen quick enough. As magic attacks the battery, it is so fast. It just disappears. Magic. Putting magic into the battery is like trying to stop an avalanche with a net. It's just, everything happens so fast, it's impossible."
Makes sense, I think.
When magic
Artist,
Interesting way to put it.
could you catch an avalanche with a net?
Maybe a magical net.
But then we'd have to power that thing too.
Do we need to catch an avalanche?
An avalanche of magic. A
Metaphorically speaking.
magilanche.
A magilanche. Magilanche!
The magilanche is such that it will just fall right over you. Whatever magic is sent out, whenever it leaves you or goes away, and it was yours, and it goes back to the ether. Happens so fast. The magilanche does. It'd be easier. I don't know.
You sound like you had something there.
Well, it would just be easier if the avalanche was going up the mountain. I know, impossible. Yes. If Magilanche was going, not falling down, but going up against gravity, it's easier catch, possibly.
Huh? How would an avalanche go up a mountain? What do you...
So this magic needs to go backward?
Trying to say it needs to go into someone instead of into a battery?
It would be like when magic comes into the world. When Randavi came into the world, there was magic in Randavi. There's magic in all of us when we are born. And when we use our magic, we connect with things around us. Our magic leaves us, and it comes out. But when we are born, when we are made, when our magic is given to us, well, it doesn't happen so fast. It takes time. Things come together. It would be as if you would have to make the battery with magic, which I could not do. I had to use the forge anvil.
So you need a lot of magic to make something to hold a lot of magic.
Sort of, yes.
Like catching an avalanche with an avalanche.
Yes.
This
And where does one
conversation
get
is
an
great.
avalanche?
Eli looks at Trompery with her eyebrows raised like, okay, and...
Well, we should at least go look at the battery, right?
And I mean, if magic is getting into this world, it has to be coming from somewhere. We can't harvest the magic from babies because that feels very unethical. But there's gotta be, because you have magic when you're born, like Randavi says. But that doesn't seem like a good idea. So we have to find another source of magic.
You think
Right?
people are harvesting baby magic?
No. Oh, I hope not. Oh, that's a scary thought.
Where is the battery?
It's over there. He points to the corner.
That pile of metal?
Yes.
Eli will go over and look at it
What is over here?
a little bit closer.
What you doing?
I hear Dylan too.
Dylan.
What do I see?
What do you say? When? I'm so sorry.
Well, I went over to go look at the battery closer.
Laying there in the dirt, it is. You can see that the battery. It's a set. Kind of looks like a glove, some greaves. It's 5 sets of identical copper bangles, inlaid with onyx stones, equally spaced around the outside of each. They all the pieces and the stones themselves are all connected with that same kind of starlight kind of weave that Trompery had used on the spear before to all weave that together. And you notice very quickly that the stones that are inlaid into this copper are of the same kind of like magnet ones you found outside of the cave as well. All those pieces kind of stuck together. It's very clearly supposed to be something that you'd wear around your forearm like this.
I mean, you said it can hold a charge, but not really? It doesn't look like it can hold a charge at all. It looks like gloves.
Put it
Can
on!
you show us?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, put it on! Do some magic!
Okay. She picks up, I guess, both of them? I don't know. Puts them on.
There's 5 of them. They're kind of linked together with these starlight
Oh.
lights. It's
It's like a little...
like a one-hand gauntlet thing.
Okay, cool. So she'll pick that up and kind of put her fingers in it. And I guess she'll, not really trusting it to stop it, she'll point it out the door or like walk outside and use shocking grasp to see what happens.
Okay. You cast this cantrip level spell. The second you do, you release it through the battery, through your hand, and as you do, you can see the whole thing flashes an incredibly bright, brilliant kind of like a cerulean blue for just a second, and then it fades immediately.
Not enough time to hold it, huh? I mean, I have some tricks that last a little bit longer than that. Have you tried doing spells that go on for a little bit?
Like longer spells? Like what?
Like a storm sphere? Like, you ever seen one of those? Like, it's a big ball and it just kind of keeps shooting lightning?
No, please.
Okay. She'll kind of reach into herself and pull out another storm sphere. She'll cast it a little bit further away, just in front of her, to where it'll not damage the property or anything he's working on, because it's pretty volatile. But she'll cast it there, and she'll have it try and strike the glove over and over and see what happens, I guess.
As you cast the spell, you're holding concentration.
Yes.
When you cast the spell, you can see the gauntlet again. It does light up again. This time it's a little bit more of a whiter sort of light.
Okay.
Almost insanely bright this time, but it fades almost immediately again. And then it just has a little small buzz to it, like it's charging. I give it all the little hairs on your arm stand up for a second.
Oh. Well, that sucks.
See, it leaves so quickly when things are taken and when we cast spells and when we are killed, the magic leaves us so fast and our souls separate from the body. There's no way to contain it, you should say. The flow is too quick.
But what brings it there in the first place? I mean, most people here in this place don't do magic. So what makes people who don't do magic different from people who do magic? Penley looks like he's doing complex, like calculus
that
in
gif
his
with
brain.
all
He's the white lady math gif right now.
Trompery says, well, we believe that all creatures are born magical in some way. There's something in the life force of all of us. By being alive, we are inherently magical in some ways. And it is the influence of that changes, right? So to answer your question, Pen, when magical things are made, that's when we received the magic. So like when the forest grows and when we are born and when the dragon egg hatches, those sorts of things as things are brought into the world that are magical. That's when all the magic coalesces in people, things.
Oh, I think I get it.
It's kind of loosey-goosey. We're not really sure how it works exactly.
I mean, to me, it just seems like... I mean, not to cut you off there, but it seems like you just need a better power source that aren't just spells.
Might I ask what the little structures outside? Do they gather power or something? Are they a part of this?
Like little rocks?
Yes.
Yes, the rocks, I believe, Randavi believes the rocks are part of the anvil. The anvil inside the cave. They seem to have made from the same stuff. I've been collecting them. They seem to work well for the enchantments and things.
Like they make them stronger, or?
Yes. It's like when he looks at Tromper and says, "It's like when we made the spear," and she kind of like cuts him off. Gives him like a
Oh, I think I broke your spear. I'm sorry.
Insight check.
When you say that, Ernest, his eyes kind of then look at you and then they glance back to her. Eli, what'd you get?
I got... it's going to be another bad session, fellas. It's an 11 total.
Yeah, I think I think you can make your own inferences with an 11.
That was weird.
It's like, yeah. Well, I see why you're here. You could have the battery, but I do not know how you might charge such a device. I do not think it can be from... I do not think if our dear Eli here simply makes a sphere of storms, or whatever. I do not think if we do that, it will just magically give you what you need. It will not be enough. But you may keep the battery at your own will.
I mean, sure, thanks. Appreciate it.
If you had to guess, What do you think would be enough?
Like a really good thunderstorm, probably.
Or something from another place
Perhaps.
doesn't involve really bad things.
Yeah, but the there are certain magics that allow one to, when tragedy strikes, if one has lost a hand or an arm, things of that nature. There are sorts of magics that can be used to regrow the appendage and bring it from nothing into something. Those sort of regenerative properties are slower. They're a different kind of magic. They become something. They become part of something. Anything that makes something grow. Like a tree, perhaps. Or you might summon a creature. Something of that nature.
I have a thing that might work for that. I have a friend that I brought with me, kind of. I kind of bring him over every once in a while. He's my dragon buddy. You think that would work? Or would it kill him if I brought him here? And he went into a glove.
I do not see how you could put a creature into the glove.
But the process of summoning him would feel...
No. Not summon as in bring a creature from somewhere. That's the wrong word. That's the wrong. When you create a creature, to summon a creature is to bring one creature from one place to another. Create, to grow a creature.
Still not slow enough. Got it. Well, I don't have anything like that. Slow is boring.
Sounds
Maybe
like it
Tromper
would have to
does.
be a really big feat of magic. Sounds kind of weird.
I mean, Trompy, you use, like, plant stuff, right? You know how to grow things.
I do. It might work. It didn't. I don't know if it would be enough, because how much it would take from me. It's hard to say.
I
It's
feel
only one
like,
way to find out, right?
what if you just asked your dad?
My dad?
Yeah. Doesn't your dad live in the other place?
He does. Yeah. He might have an answer. Haven't gone over there in a while, so that would be quite the visit.
Just visiting to need something? Yeah, I bet he'd be delighted.
Hey,
Maybe.
Well,
just need
I mean,
something.
doesn't family want to help each other out? I don't really have a lot of... That's just my assumption.
Yeah, maybe.
Not always.
I mean, on the bright side, time moves slower over there, so, like, maybe it doesn't seem like that long to him.
Perhaps so. We could always try.
She'll take off the little glove thingy and hand it to her. I can't use it,
Just
so...
grabs it and she clutches them all together. They all kind of like fall into one on top of one another. You realize they're all slightly smaller than the other one, and then they've got it like this. And she says, "Thanks. Randavi, can we stay here for the evening? We've come a long way, and it's getting kind of dark now." Randavi, of course, says yes, and he's
What a dude.
yeah, of course, and he sets off to prepares to grab some from the store, some of the meats that he has to start preparing to host you all for a little bit. But
Yeah.
so Randavi is going to do that for a little bit. He's around and everything, but Trompery's here. You guys are all here. I want to give us a moment to kind of talk about it as in character and see where we're coming from and what we want to do next.
Eli's gonna go bug him and see if he made anything else that's pretty cool.
Henley looks at the others and goes, "Do you think we should ask him if he needs help fixing his bridge?"
I don't know if he can fix it himself. It's kind of difficult since a couple of you fell through it.
Yeah. If we fixed it, then maybe people who could fly could take it to the other side and tie it, and then other people wouldn't fall through the bridge. I don't know, it just seemed like a nice gesture since he's having us here and giving us his food. That's all I got. Henley just kind of sits down and looks confused.
Dream just kind of argues with her friend that no one can see for a bit, and then and she says, all right, I will. Okay, and then she'll follow Eli over to their gracious host.
Eli and Ardane, you guys go off to find Randavi as he's off gathering supplies and things like that. Dory and Ernest, you're here, I guess, with Penn, hanging out here with Tromper.
Yep.
Talking about fixing a bridge.
The important stuff.
We're building bridges, not burning them.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's his bridge or not.
Well,
Do you think he uses it?
Live out here?
He might. Maybe he did build it. Sounds really hard for one person, though. I don't know. He does magic and stuff, too. So
He made the big hole in the cave, presumably. So I feel like if you can make a big cave, you can make a bridge. They're probably not the same thing, but they're both hard.
they can't be that far apart.
Exactly.
Holes in bridges?
Yeah.
If you're good at that kind of thing, you're just good at it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how much help we could be, but an extra hand before we go, we could offer.
Yeah. Hey, Penn, can you cut Ernest's arm off real quick?
No?
Well,
What kind of a question is that?
No. I just okay. That sounded much more casually than I meant to. No. I think I was listening to what Randavi said, and he said this growth sort of magic. Ernest.
Yeah.
She goes over to you and she grabs you by the hands.
I pull my hand away.
Says, Ernest. Here's
Chompery.
there's a spell that I know that allows me to regrow limbs and arms, and hands. And I was wondering if we could maybe test it out.
Ernest is really strong, actually.
Why does it have to be my arm?
Why don't we do mine, but not my arm, because that's horrible. And
What do you
I
want to
might
lose?
need that. But what about like a finger? I could still balance with only 9. So if it doesn't work, it's not.
I worry that if we don't regrow enough, we won't be able to tell. But I mean, it'll probably be fine. Just let's make it your biggest finger. Which one is it?
This one.
There we go. We'll give it a shot.
Okay.
All right. You
If
chop
I
it off your
pass out, you're
finger?
gonna take care of that, right? Like somebody's gonna help.
Yeah.
Because I've never lost a finger before, and it sounds like it might hurt a little bit. All right. It's just gonna kind of like put his hand out on like a table and be like, "Make it quick, please."
Wait, who's chopping your finger off, Emily?
Ernest, will you chop my thumb off, please? It's okay. it's supposed to grow back, and if it doesn't, I won't blame you. I promise.
I don't want to. He looks at Chompery.
You know what? You're right.
Look, I've done this half a dozen times. It's worked every single time. No issues. This is going to be just fine. It's just a routine procedure.
Ernest actually isn't so good with the violence, right?
No.
Right, buddy? Yeah. We need someone... Hold on. Elisa? Hey, Elisa! Do you want to cut my finger off?
Bust out an ethereal feather.
Never mind. Never mind. Dorian's got this.
What?
Dorian's got this.
You need something?
No, we're
It's
good.
just a serrated feather. Are you ready?
Yeah, go. Okay, go for it.
And I will just slice.
Ow! He screams. I'm not going to scream into the microphone. That would be painful for everyone involved.
Eliza looks at Ardeen. What the hell's going on over there?
Ardeen.
We're bonding.
Ardeen and Eli left.
We're bonding.
Go ahead.
Oh no, she's just speechless, mouth agape, can't see it because it's covered, but it is.
She can now see the ghost of my finger.
It's very quick and swift, and there's very little blood because almost as you scream, Pendley, Trumper reaches out and hits you with a quick cure wounds that just seals it all off and seals your thumb flat so that it doesn't bleed and get everywhere and the pain stops and all that. But now you have a huge scar where your thumb used to be.
And I now have a thumb.
Very good.
Dorian's got the thumb.
It's in my pocket.
Penley's looking a little pale. And it's just like, okay, so that was just step one, right?
Yeah, that's just step one.
Okay.
She takes the rings and like does them like this, and they fall down, and they jingle in front of your face for a second, and you watch as Tromper takes the battery and slides it on like a glove, and as it does it begins to like clamp down and flush against her forearm, and the starlight pieces that connect all of this start to glow a little bit, and then Tromper reaches over and grabs your hand and starts speaking in a language that you probably don't understand, some old, very flowy Elvish tongue of some kind. And as she does so, your thumb begins to regrow from your palm, and it just comes out. And as it's growing out of your hand, the battery itself and the pieces start to, on the first ring, start to vibrate a little bit, and the whole piece starts to slowly glow, like it's starting to burn, getting brighter and brighter from the inside out. And then your thumb vanishes, and then it all fades, very slowly.
My thumb vanishes?
No, your thumb's back.
Okay.
No, your thumb's back.
I miss her. I was like...
No, he definitely said your thumb vanished.
Finished.
Gone.
It finished.
Okay.
Vanished. Same thing.
Finish, like finish growing?
Yeah, finished growing, yeah. Finishes growing, perfect the way it was before. And then the battery itself is started to glow slowly, and it faded a little bit, and then it stopped. And then it held for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then it dissipated.
Ooh.
Was that magic from me? And you? Regrowing my thumb?
The way Randavi seemed to say, in the way that I understand it, he's studied these things in depth for a great amount of time. I did the magic to begin the process, and then your magic created the thumb from that. It could not be your thumb without coming from you. And you don't have a wooden thumb, you do not have my thumb, you do not have artist's thumb, you have your thumb, and it came just from you. So a small piece of you had to be created, and it looks like it will hold. But it is not my magic that is held there. It's the piece that created your thumb.
Whoa. Dorian, do you want to chop my arm off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do this.
I don't have the spell slot for that today.
Oh, we can try
Tomorrow.
again another day. That was really cool.
Oh no.
Not the word I would have used.
Well, think about it this way, Ernest. I know it's kind of violent, but if there's this kind of magic and people can learn how to do it, then if somebody accidentally loses a thumb, maybe they can get it back.
I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, I won't ask you to chop off my arm. I'll have Dorian do that. But if you think about it, sometimes I guess figuring out how to be helpful to other people can be a little messy sometimes.
He ponders this.
It's also really cool. I didn't have a thumb for a second. It's there now.
I take your thumb and hold it next to your thumb.
Oh, that's very weird.
It's a near clone. And like for half a second you think that it's gonna twitch when your thumb does. It doesn't, but
Oh, it has a scar. It has a scar, but I don't have that scar here. There's one difference. A little scar right here where I cut myself trying to make stew. I don't think there's a lot of stuff like that here. That magic, is there, Chompery?
no, not really.
It could really help people. If we could find out a way to bring it over here.
Yeah.
Probably one of the neatest things I've seen.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah, I think this is it's remarkable, really, right? So now all we need to do is cut off enough thumbs and enough arms and teach enough people how to regrow them, and we'll have it all done. Yes? It'll be a lot faster than the river, that's for sure. And with that, we're going to put over to Ardeen and Ellie, and Eli real quick. As the two of you are walking down, you're looking for Randavi. Randavi has made his way out behind the house there, and there's like there's this rock that he's actually carved out a little bit and made like a little shelf inside that he's got covered up with some burlap. He's over there, he's got it open, he's pulling some dried meats and things out for like jerkies and various things as you guys approach.
What you doing?
Randavi is just getting some of the meats for tonight, and I was thinking we might maybe try to make a soup.
Soup sounds good. What kind of meat? Like, what kind of things you kill around here?
There are lots of rabbits, and there are some deer, but
No dragons?
dragons? No.
Oh.
Randavi would not live near a dragon. That is crazy.
Yeah, you would have killed it and got its flesh.
No,
Duh.
that's insane. No one would do that. You would just move.
You just...
You should just move. There's a dragon and he wants your house, you just move. That's all. Randavi knows how to stay alive.
That's fair. I don't know. You seem like a pretty capable person, so I thought maybe you were a dragon slayer or something cool.
I'm not very tall, and dragons can fly. So,
You
none
throw
for-
something at him.
none for Randavi yet.
You get there one day.
Tall and dragon can fly.
This man is
Very
full of
nasty,
quotes.
yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. Okay. Well, Oh,
Okay.
you want to? I was just gonna ask if like you've ever made anything else other than like the battery that is like super cool, because the battery seems super cool. It just doesn't like can't use it, you know.
Randavi's been trying to unlock the anvil. In the cave. Before I make anything else, I need to fully understand the anvil. Before Randavi will try to make anything else. It's part of the reason the battery does not seem to work.
What's wrong with the anvil? What? You didn't make the anvil? It's just there?
Come! I show you! And Randavi takes all the stuff, he like wraps it up real quick and throws it over his shoulder and begins to walk towards the cave. Come!
You heard him.
Green just like
She'll grab you by the
gives
hand
Eli
and
a
pull you.
look and just just skulks behind.
We're going on an adventure.
You're already on one of those.
Another one. That's a tiny one.
As you enter into the cave, you walk forward, you're following Randavi. You can see that the rocks in this cave seem there are veins going throughout the rock in this cave that have that same kind of ore which you saw on the magnets outside. And there seems to be a lot of that in here. A lot of rocks on the ground that are similar to that. Randavi has some of them stacked up in different pieces, and you can see places where he's been working, trying to get some of that out, and it looks like there's even some places where he's like refined it into like a powder, or tried to at least, and been doing some tests and experiments and things like that on it. It's real hardcore science for this old school world in Aroria. You end up about 40, 50, maybe 60 feet inside the cave. You come around the corner, or you walk forward, and there's a natural progression towards a huge crater in the wall. And on that crater, sitting kind of like sideways, is this huge, like, meteorite rock that's sticking out, and it has like this flat surface sticking out of the wall. And it kind of like it's sitting there, and there's a place where it looks like Randavi's been working. And there's this huge, like, rock that he's been using. Randavi brings you over to it and says, "This is what I call the anvil, because it was made to make things, and it makes things do not what they are supposed to. Observe." He goes over on the ground. He picks up a piece of, like a little rock off the ground. Picks it up. He holds it up to you. Say, "See this? This is iron.
Okay.
Iron. It's a type of rock.
Okay.
Sometimes we make daggers from these. Sometimes we make weapons, etc. This, when you do that, you hit it with a hammer. You flatten it down. It gets sharp, etc. When I hit it over here, he takes the iron and puts it on the meteorite, and when it touches the meteorite, the whole thing turns to water and it falls on the ground."
Oh, that's not what I expected to happen.
I know! Copper! And he presses the copper to it, and the copper turns to sand. It just fades and falls on the ground.
Oh. What happens if you put something living on it?
Nothing! Touches it. Nothing happens. He hits his hand with it. Nothing happens.
How'd you figure that out? Did you put a rabbit on it?
No, I touched it.
Oh, that's brave, man.
Not everything kills everything you touch.
Well, that just killed that iron.
Oh, it did it! And you look down, and there are all these little iron dust pieces where the water used to be. And then there's all these copper bits floating around.
So it doesn't do it for very long.
Some of them it only does it. He pulls out a little chunk. And you see this one? This is a nugget of gold. probably like 80, 90 gold pieces worth of gold. Pulls it out, touches that to it. It catches on fire, explodes like a flash paper, and it's gone. Some things it does not like.
Clearly, wow. Okay.
I know.
Have you tried attacking it or like throwing a spell at it or anything?
Randavi's been working on the and to understand its secrets for us. Yes. Now, many winters. And the best thing I can find so far is that these little rocks are best for the anvil. And he throws it, and he throws it towards the anvil, and as it goes towards the anvil, it just magnetized, just smacks, doesn't even, no bounce, like in Lord of the Rings when the ring falls. No bounce, bam, right against the anvil, it sticks. And then Randavi watches over, and as this piece is stuck to it, it's become fluid, kind of mashy, like same texture as Play-Doh. He pulls it around and he peels it off. He's like, and now it's different.
So you can reshape rocks really quick with that thing, huh? Just those, though.
Only these. Only these.
You're trying to figure out how to do it with all the other ones.
Yes. And I know it can be used for other things as well. Yes.
Excuse me, did you make the spear on this? The one that we broke? Did you make it from these rocks?
There's a hesitation. A small hesitation.
I'm sorry, it's just, I have never seen anything like it, and it was so impressive. I cannot help but ask after.
It was made out of some pretty cool metal.
It is a wonder, truly.
Make a persuasion check. Ardeen.
Okay. Persuasion. $15.
15. Randavi looks up and he looks at the ground. I guess you could see like he's got a big, thick black and white beard, right? So you can see like his little mustache like swiggles a little as he smiles. As he's looking down, he's like proud of himself a little bit. Proud of himself a little bit for the work on the spirit. He says, "Yes, we did. Jumpery and I worked on it together, but I was the one who swung the hammer. To actually forge the actual spear itself. But we worked for a great amount of time together on the spear."
Amazing.
Yes.
And you made it to kill, or at least to fight things that aren't from here?
That is no business of mine. It is a powerful weapon. It was very, very powerful. It is something you should ask your friend, should she wish to divulge those secrets to you.
I mean, she told us it was so we could like fight off all the big monsters and people could have normal lives.
It is
very good
true.
for that.
It is very good for that. It is very good for that. Yes.
So you made out of the weird rocks that are around?
The spear?
Yeah, because those are the only ones you can like work on it with, right?
Yes. The rocks are have a particular affinity for that. It speaks to them in some way. I do not understand yet.
Interesting. I can see why you're so fascinated with it. Seems cool.
It is a strange magic indeed that it holds. And you just found it.
Yes.
Incredible.
we all travel in caves from time to time. Right? We're adventurers. That's what we do. Dungeoneering and all that. This one was just I found treasure that I had to explore further.
Makes sense.
Yes. Should we get these meats and food back to our friends? Perhaps we
one
will.
more thing.
Yes.
All of the... She's going to point to, like, the giant crater or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Was that also from experimenting with your anvil?
No, it's been like that since I got here.
Oh, good.
Randavi believes that it was that the anvil fell from the sky. This is where it landed.
Oh. Huh. Well, thank you very much for talking to us about all of this.
Of course, let us go. You all look very hungry.
He wants to try zapping it.
The anvil?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a little spark.
Just like a little like shocking like zzz.
Yeah. See what happens.
When you zap it, virtually nothing happens. There's not even a mark left. Like sometimes when you know how like sometimes lightning will hit or shock will be there, there'll be like a little ash area. Not even that. Just bzz, nothing happens.
Weird. Okay.
Yes, you are.
Me? I mean, yeah, but like,
Boom, roasted.
thank you for the compliment.
We're all strange.
Yeah. I think that's why we work so well together. And she will, her attention span depleted, will head back out of the cave.
About that time, Pendley, Dorian, Ernest, you all see Eli, Ardeen, and Randavi return with some dried meats, like jerky-like meat things, and the remaining bits of whatever will be dinner. And I would think this is an occasion for Randavi to maybe break out a bottle of wine to enjoy with his friends as a gracious host would. And dinner's yours. And we find ourselves all in Randavi's house.
My stomach growls as he sees the food very loudly.
Looks delicious.
Yep.
Thanks for dinner, Randavi.
Now I don't
This
have to
is
eat this
great.
finger.
Oh, don't eat my finger. At least make it into like something cool.
Add it to the
Wow.
soup.
Oh.
Wait, your finger?
No, that's my finger.
Yeah,
Don't put it in the soup.
do not put the finger in the soup.
I put
Goodness.
the finger back in my pocket.
You can keep it. Then you'll always have a part of me with you.
Eli studies all 10 of your fingers and gets a confused look.
Trumpery. Grew my thumb back. And
What
now,
happened to your thumb?
well,
So-
we cut it off. And now it's
It
back.
was pretty awesome. We're gonna do it
Was
again
pretty
tomorrow,
awesome.
but more. Like we're gonna go for the whole arm.
Yeah.
Okay, make sure I'm there, because next time you're cutting off fingers, I want to be there.
Well, I did try to call you, but it was like a spur of the moment kind of thing.
You told me not to come over.
Yeah,
And then you
don't worry.
scream.
We're going for the whole arm next time. And it's
Okay.
going to be great.
That does
This
sound pretty
was-
great.
For a purpose, yes? You...
It was for science.
We did it.
Did we just do science?
Yes, we were following Randavi's suggestion and looking for some of the regenerative magics to see if they would substantiate the battery. And well, she shows you, and it's still glowing a little bit, just a little bit. And she says,
Oh.
it's not a lot, but it's something.
Yeah,
So
pretty
there's-
good.
Certainly
and if
something
one
to
thumb
it.
sustained that. Think about what a whole arm could do.
But what
Yeah.
a whole body could do.
So all we have to do to make a super weapon is just chop off everybody's arms on the daily.
But you need someone around who can regrow the arms, otherwise you have a finite supply of arms.
I mean, yeah.
How many arms can you grow, Chonpui?
Can do one per day. We're gonna have to get some other people to be able to do this as well. Have any of you ever tried to regrow an arm before?
Never.
No.
I usually blow them off.
I think we should start with like the tip of the pinky for them, Trumpery, because I've seen you do some really impressive things, and I've seen them do some really impressive things, but nothing that has to do with regrowing limbs, and I do kind of want to keep as many as possible.
Hey, you can try and show it to me. I don't know if it'll work. I haven't really learned spells from other people before.
Tomorrow. Let's eat some food. And Penley helps his damn self.
Half of it's already gone. Ernest's been chomping down while y'all were talking.
Yeah.
Hey, it's okay. Like there's salted meats. There's nothing else on them. There's no spices. There's some soup. There's like a little bit of mushrooms in there. A few little like aromatics. It works all right. You know, get a little stir in. It's pretty good.
I take a little bit and I go over to Ernest's shoulder and put like a spoon up by the little nest.
He looks, and then he'll look over at Ardeen like, is he eating?
When he's not looking, I just fling the soup.
She's watching the spirit bird, like, peck the spoon, but more like it's attacking it. Like, why are you near me? Because it doesn't eat, and she said this. But,
Every time he looks, the food's gone. He looks back and sees the empty spoon, and he just smiles at you like, thanks, Dorian.
Jean just smiles back and nods, just like, this is going to be a thing. This is going to be a long-running thing now.
Eli's gonna try and trade for the thumb with Dorian.
My thumb.
But I have like, I have stuff.
Do you have other people's fingers?
No, but
Oh.
I have cool things too. I have like this crowbar.
My thumb is worth way more than a crowbar. Come
But
on.
it's like really cool crowbar. Look, it has my name on it. It's like scrawled on the side.
Property of.
Did you do that?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, well,
Of course
the
I did it.
thumb has a scar on it.
There's a scar on it?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't have anything worth a thumb with a scar. That's fair. Damn it.
It's
I'll find
when
something.
I made soup.
Whoa. Can you imagine if we put it in the soup?
No.
That's what I was saying.
I don't want to taste my thumb.
But it's so full of protein. Imagine, because like monk's fingers are like super hard, right? Because you punch things all the
Monk's
time.
finger
So it's
soup?
like super dense, right?
Well, then that would be bad, wouldn't it? You want it to have a nice marble. And my thumb doesn't have any marble.
But it'd be
in.
super nutritious, right? It'd be a little gamey.
Maybe.
I'm gonna
Have to
put
get
the
the
thumb
nail
back
off.
in my pocket before somebody decides to actually eat it.
Do you think maybe once the thumb starts to go bad, Dorian, don't just throw it away. Maybe you could make some jewelry out of it.
Yeah.
I know I have a new one now, but I don't want my thumb to go to waste.
I won't throw away your thumb.
Thanks.
I don't think
Real
he was
friend.
planning on throwing it away. We'll have to dry
Thanks
it out
for
like
looking
meat.
after my thumb for me. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Who's gonna look after my arm tomorrow?
That's mine. Dibs.
Tips on the arm.
Okay. I mean, just make sure I guess it doesn't need fed or watered, so...
I want to
Yeah,
like grab
it's
it
all
and like
yours.
wave it around.
I don't know if we need to keep the dismembered limbs. Is that
Well,
a thing?
it could be useful.
What if you
For
need an arm?
what?
Intimidation.
It's best not to ask.
It's good to have in case you need a hand.
Yeah, if you need an extra hand at any point.
All right. Dream puts her soup down. It's like,
See, I wasn't gonna go there, but you know what? Balls on you. Good job.
I think I'm going to take a walk.
I'm gonna take a
Sorry
nap.
if I ruined your appetite with my thumb.
No, it's fine. Completely normal conversation.
Yeah, okay, good. Okay, just keeps
know.
eating soup.
Speaking of cutting your arm off tomorrow, I don't think that I'm not entirely certain that that's the best way to go about this. I'm concerned that if we keep cutting your arm off, then number one, that there's a chance at some point the spell could fail. But also, I don't know if the battery hold the charge that long. You can only cut your arm off once a day. And
You
so-
have to use it
and
that
I
day,
don't-
right?
And we'd have to chart it for a while to see how long it would even take to do so.
So we train a lot of people to regrow my fingers, and then when they're all very good at it, we chop all of my limbs off at once. That sound right?
I mean,
Am
he
I
did say
missing-
something about like plants, right?
That
So maybe we could
sounds
just go for
wrong.
something else.
Plants have as much energy as living things? I mean,
I mean, trees are pretty big.
Trees are living things. They grow.
true.
They grow. They move.
but it takes them a
Shit.
very long time to grow. So
That's
if
the
we
idea. It needs to be
cut them
slow.
down, then they'll take a long time to grow back, unless we can magically grow them all back. Which I guess
That
is
was-
the point of this spell.
I guess we could hold a tree and maybe we could hold it and let it grow, and then that would take years though, right?
Trumpery,
You don't have plant growing spells? Like, we would do it faster?
ants! What about ants? There's so many of them, and they're in the way.
What about? What are we going to do
What
with
do
the
you-
ants?
We could. I didn't think this through.
You wanting to
Would-
genocide the ants?
And then revivify them?
Ants are
One
very
by one.
important.
Is it murder if they come back?
Resurrection's kind of harder than limbs, I think.
I don't really understand all this magic stuff, but I think I may have just crossed a line.
I don't think you're on the right track here. Ben.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'll go back to the drawing
Yeah,
board.
let's run it back. Let's run it back. Let's think about all the things that we can regrow.
Grass.
Grass.
Plants?
It's smaller than a tree. But there's a lot of it. Like ants, except not...
Plants?
Do ants have feelings?
I think so.
Does grass have feelings? I've been stepping on a lot of grass. Does grass have feelings?
Not usually.
I mean, maybe it likes it because it grows on the ground, so, like,
I'm gonna
gotta
have
be
to
used to that at
trust.
least.
Hard to say.
This is gonna turn my entire world upside down if I think too much about it, so I'm just gonna have to trust that the grass is okay with it.
Yeah, I think the grass is okay with being walked on. You know,
Okay.
just kind of like it's kind of like in the same way that like when an apple tree drops fruit, or you eat the fruit from apple tree, like that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yes. It's serving its
but
purpose.
genociding the ants is not a part of that.
No.
No, we don't do that.
So how do we harness the energy of something serving its purpose? Already.
Mm-mm.
Are there any things with life cycles that we could... I don't think this is the right way to think.
Does it have to be living
I don't
to
think
have a lot of energy?
Yeah, I don't think dead things have energy. We don't need a lot of energy, or we do need a lot.
Because there's like two things that I've seen that have a super ton of energy, and one of them is obviously like thunderstorms, but that's too quick, right? It's just and then everything's gone. But the other one's like I've seen a volcano before, and the rocks that come out of that are super hot and have a lot of like. You think that would work?
Might.
Or what about rain?
As long as it doesn't burn you up.
You gave me a really great idea, Lysta. So obviously, thunder and lightning is quick, but there's always lots of rain in certain parts here. So, and if rain has any magic, which I don't know if it does, we could try that.
Is that why you were using the flow of the water?
Yeah, like the river. But that was really slow. It's not enough.
Really
Very
slow.
slow.
I think the ocean would be stronger. It goes whoosh.
Maybe.
Beach trip.
Beach trip. That could work. I don't know. Feel as though we'd run into the same issue with the ocean that we ran into with the rivers. Can't imagine they're much stronger. Not up close to the shore, anyway.
What about a waterfall? It's all the water going very fast down.
Oh.
Just in case you've never seen one. I
Oh,
saw one once.
All waterfalls come from rivers or lakes.
Not strong enough. My vote's on Lapa. That seems cool. So, with that, I'm going to check out of this conversation and eat my food. Have fun.
Henley is
Thank
deep
you
in
for
thought.
that.
Just I guess the question is there anything that creates as much energy as a living being? Right?
Well, I think we can do it with the magic that we've seen with your thumb shown that you can do it without. When you make something regrow, we've shown that you can charge the battery with that, right? But people don't just regrow. If only there were a creature or a person that just regenerated all their limbs.
Yeah, that would be really convenient.
It'd be really nice.
I slept/ticked off a creature that does that.
You did what?
Sorry, what?
Oh, don't mind the first part of it. I encountered something that does that once.
What?
It was a thing. I didn't catch what it was because I thought it was like a person at first, because it looked like a person and it was kind of attractive. So like stuff happened, but then it was like a big monster with like a lot of heads on it, and it was in the water, and it tried to eat me. But it was able to grow those heads back pretty cool, like a lot. Like it wouldn't stop, so I had to run away.
So you have an ex that's a monster? I mean, a lot of people do.
X is a strong word.
And then
That's pretty presumptuous.
you said its heads regrow. Did you cut one of its heads off?
I blasted one off.
Is that, do you normally, never mind.
I mean, is kind of a big target, so just.
You guys just like have a disagreement?
We don't want to talk about it. I mean, I don't.
I mean, where did you see this?
Obviously, you didn't talk about it.
Where did you see this creature?
We tried. It was in. She'll kind of describe the lake/river that she encountered this thing in, because I don't have directions to it myself.
Yeah, let's
It's kind of down that way.
This is the right one. Yeah. So we're looking at the forge. I don't know if you're all in here or not.
I'm here.
Let me drop you all in.
Oh, hey, there's a map.
Yo,
Yeah, there's lots
are
of
we at
maps.
Ironborough?
Right now, you are all in the Shepherd's Pass. So you're all right over here. Oh, You guys are all right here, right?
Ta-da.
You, Eli, met the creature in this little area, about right here.
Ta-da. It was actually not that far from here, and I remember it was like down this mountain outside of the I never saw that acre, down kind of near where we were, a little bit more up the river, a little bit deeper towards the lake. I don't know if they're still there, but I imagine there's not a whole lot of places that something that big could live.
What kind of creature was it?
And you did what with it?
Don't worry about what I did with it. We just know that I ended up fighting it and it grew a head. I don't know what it was called. Okay? He didn't tell me. I've never seen anything like it before.
It was just a person who had two heads.
It was a person, then it was like more like a dragon without wings, but with like a lot of heads.
How many heads?
Like at least 5 or 6, and then 2 more than that. Several many.
That could be a person sometimes.
Yeah. I guess. I didn't see that coming, honestly. In person, the thing, I was like, well, kind of a deal breaker, honestly.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Penley, you got something you want to say?
No. I mean, there's a lot of different creatures around here.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not really good at when I make people angry because I don't usually notice. You've been traveling with me for a while. You've probably been angry with me once or twice. I probably didn't know. That's just normal, right? I might have encountered your ex. I don't know if they were your ex at the time, but they were a big creature that was really friendly. Yeah, and really friendly. Just really nice. And I thought everything was going well. And then they asked if I wanted to go out, and I said, no thank you. And then there was this big thing about how I'd been leading them on, and I don't really get social cues. So maybe I did, but I left because they were big and scary, and it just, you know what, I thought they needed a little bit of time to cool down. When I'm not happy, I just need some time to myself, and that's what I did.
Your story sounds a lot more awkward than mine.
You're better at that kind of thing.
That's
sleeping
true.
with people. That's not...
How many heads did they have when you slept with them?
How many heads do they have, Daniel? Well, when they were in human form, 1.
Hopefully they had one head.
Technically,
Oh no.
Would-be.
Damn it, I wish I'd
Finley.
thought of that.
Finley.
That's where they hide the heads.
You may have encountered you would have encountered the creature after Eli.
So, it was missing one. I didn't contribute to that. I just, left.
I mean, the one that I knocked off grew back like twice. So
Eli, when you left the creature, it would have had 4 heads, or when Eli met the creature, it would have had 4 heads. When Pendley met the creature, it would have had 6.
Was there any visible? I guess I should resent. Was there any visible sign of it missing any limbs?
No, it just had
Okay.
more heads than Eli's did.
Penley's like, I might be misremembering. I don't know how many it's supposed to have. They, 6?
all of them. I mean, it had 4 when I met it. No
And
longer
you
had 4
got
when I
rid
left
of
it.
one?
No. I did, but it grew 2 back, is what I'm saying.
So you had 4. Literally, Penley has his hands up. So he had 4, and you cut 1 off, but then it grew 2 back. So it had.
I guess when I left, it had 5.
So are we gonna have to ask your ex
For head juice.
we can cut his heads off a lot? Because that
Sounds like they
seems-
might be your ex. I don't know.
No, I've never done anything like that.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Our ex, how about that?
What? I guess. Are they your ex if you turn them down? 5, 6.
Are they my ex if I never dated them? I don't know. It's wild.
Eli, how big is your ex's head? Like, is it like 5 feet long, or is it like
It's very personal.
What's the diameter on its
Whoa.
neck
Hey.
head area?
Oh.
Like, is it large enough? Do you think it would generate more energy?
How much damage do you think
than
it
a
would
thumb?
do?
Oh, it did so much damage that night. Quite a large head. Yeah, definitely a large head. Very long neck on it too.
Tell me when to stop.
You're not gonna be able to.
There's a reason
So
I
it's
said
like-
no.
It's like a dragon, like I said. Yeah.
So it's like a 6-foot radius neck.
Oh, thickness.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like she kind of like try to do like a 2-3 feet kind of area.
Mm. I don't think your ex-friend is going to be open to just giving us his heads.
Ah,
Force
I could-
we might have missed the chance.
I mean, I could like try and make amends. I mean, we didn't leave on the best of terms, but yeah, whatever.
Chopper, you didn't sleep with this multi-headed dragon person, did you?
Dylan's still in Iron Valor.
just
He'll never
happens.
leave. It's just Dylan playing games. He never left.
It's like, you know,
Like
you
he's
just
still here with
sense his spirit.
Almost like I can hear him now. But I mean, I could try asking nicely if you want, and then if it doesn't work, then we could.
When's the last time you saw them?
When was the last time I saw him, Daniel?
It's been a long time.
Been quite a minute.
Like,
Um,
the two of you, obviously the two of you parted ways. It's not amicable. You cannot follow up on their socials or anything.
Mm.
You don't have a cell phone. You haven't been calling them. They could be anywhere.
He didn't get their sending stone.
Nope.
My cell stone.
I mean, I could. We haven't kept up, obviously, since then. But if I apologize, maybe they'd be more receptive. I don't know. We could try. We just have to track them down first.
We would have to find them first, yeah. Are you sure it's the same creature, Pen?
What color was my Hydra?
No, I don't know for sure. Yeah, what color?
It's kind of like a yellowish kind of creature. Almost gold.
Was yours like a kind of not so gold, like gross yellow color?
Yes, but as a humanoid, he was very handsome.
That's what I thought too. Same guy, sounds like.
Well, a small world.
I mean, there's only so many crazy monsters that are open to sleeping with around here. So, yeah, sure.
I don't know how you ended up in that situation. And it's definitely not any of my business because I like you for who you are, no matter what. But I just kind of stumbled into it on accident. And it was very uncomfortable for everyone involved.
So
kind of like the retelling of the story was.
So when asking him politely for his head, we will not send you forward. Noted.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting at. Thank you.
So are we looking for a giant monster, or are we looking for a person?
Both.
Both.
Could be either.
What does the person look like?
All eyes turn to Daniel.
He's kind of...
Roll for hotness?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's like any of the other canonical villains, the hotter he or she is, the more evil they are.
The more
He's
dangerous.
like a straight 2, but there's like something about him.
Got that charisma score, baby.
He's a 2, but he has 5 heads, so he's.
So he's the humanoid form of this creature. Is an average height looking guy. Kind of almost has like a little bit of a, not maybe like bestial sort of features, a little bit sharper, right? Yellow eyes, black hair. He's got these like crazy looking tattoos that look like look a little bit like the Hydra scales as they would be, like mud and stone and dirt and stuff. Yeah.
I say all these things.
That's how I remember the person I met too. So
They'll look like that, or if we're lucky, we'll see a gigantic monster swimming down the lake or river.
Wait a second. They had yellow eyes and scaled tattoos?
Yeah, they were hot.
I think I know this person.
Wait, you do?
I never
Oh.
got their name. But they had some really interesting stuff, and I stole from them.
Oh, good. So we all had good relationships.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I didn't know that they had so many heads.
Oh, they never got mad at you enough to... Okay, I see. You weren't around for it.
No.
Good. I bet they know it was you, though, right?
Well, they did see me.
Okay.
that's
Cool,
two
cool,
of
cool.
us that should probably not. I mean, if we're in a pinch, maybe I could try to patch things up. Kind of. Sorry, I left, but you turned into a giant 6-headed dragon when I turned you down, and I just wanted to be friends. I don't know how that'll go, but I mean, it's possible if you really need me. But it's probably not our first line of defense. Probably not. You, points at Dorian, unless you're apologizing, maybe we keep you out of the scene there.
He's really good at hiding. He can do that.
Not gonna be apologizing.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm sure you had a reason, but we're probably gonna want to kind of keep you behind somebody else for this.
But at least we know who we're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Be relatively easy to find since the three of us have an idea.
Unless... Ardeen, you haven't seen this person too, have you?
At this point, Adrienne's gonna come back from her walk. What are we talking about?
Big yellow 6'4", 5-headed monster.
But also
Or
handsome.
hot guy with crazy scales, yellow
Really cool
eyes, black
tattoos.
hair.
Really
Has a
cool
lot of
tattoos.
really cool things with him. Shiny objects.
Charming,
Hmm.
but a bit of a temper.
I would have to see him, I think. Although, not. I don't think it had 5 or 6 heads, but I met something with multiple heads once. It wasn't great. What do we need it for? This man?
Go back, you
Per
know?
head.
Someone who is
Did
not
you-
Eli and Sumi?
The heads grow back. Naturally, without magic.
Head growth. That's what I meant to
So-
say.
Wonderful. If it is the same person, I felt very bad about how our interaction ended.
Oh no.
Oh, but if they grew back, he might be very angry.
Or maybe if he's used to them growing back, he's okay.
Yes, you did say 5 or 6. So that
Yeah.
means I was not the last person to take.
How many heads did they have
issue
when you
with
talked
him?
to them?
Although I don't know. Perhaps many of these people exist. Are we sure we're talking about the same?
No, but theoretically.
Mm.
The only one I've ever seen.
Okay, so perhaps we three should not initiate conversation.
Okay, so you're not talking either, okay. Noted.
Dorian.
Dorian's not
Is it about
talking
you?
to them either.
Did Dorian also?
Yes.
Dorian stole from him when he wasn't a many-headed creature. What'd you
And
get?
he
Was
knows
it cool?
Mhm.
Sorry.
I'll pull out a coin. It's about yay big.
A shiny.
Yeah. It's actually what lets me do most of what I do at this point. It's really weird.
I mean, that's cool. I would have taken it too, honestly, but I didn't know he had cool stuff. Just
I
one
was just
object. in
disappointed he
particular.
wanted more than I thought. Because I thought we could be cool friends.
Again, not exactly the best idea. But you know what? We could just finish our dinner, chill out, sleep, and then we can go try and find this guy.
Great.
And none of you should talk to him, it sounds like.
I can talk.
Perhaps
I can be the
Trompe.
backup. Sorry, what did you say, Adrien?
Perhaps Trompe? Unless, of course, you have also.
Why didn't we think of that before?
I mean,
Tucker, you haven't slept with this person or angered them, so maybe you
slept
should
with them.
talk to them first.
Okay.
I didn't sleep with them. Eli.
Me
said.
neither.
Oh, that is unsurprising.
I think if we can speak with the creature, that might be well, but what exactly will we say to them when we say, hello, can we cut off your head and watch it regrow in front of us and then you not hurt us? I mean,
I'd have to sweet talk him quite a bit.
Could we strike a
Ask
deal?
him for a favor or a deal, yeah, something like that.
I mean, if his heads grow
Perhaps.
back,
What if
maybe
he's
it's a
into it?
commodity He's willing to. Sure.
That's a great
I mean,
question.
I'm sure that's not how you asked Pin if you could cut off a part of them. You did not just say, "Hey, can I cut off your arm or something?" I'm sure you explained the situation, what the thought process was. Yes.
yeah,
So maybe Trompery shouldn't talk to them either.
perhaps not.
I know them, at least, and it wasn't the worst. Well, not irreparably bad.
Where are they? Does anyone know where they are now?
Where they are
was the last-
now?
Where was the last place you saw them?
I mean, down there, like, you
I
know,
don't think I was the last person to see them, so my information.
you were
might
after
not-
me.
Oh,
Had
it's been
6 heads.
decades.
He had 6 heads. Sorry, that was very rude. He had.
And
6
Dorian
heads.
doesn't know how many heads they had. Dorian, how long ago did you see them?
Years ago.
Me too.
So, looking at the map, I'll say this. So, Eli kind of saw him right here, and then you had been closer over this direction, Pen, when you saw the creature. and then Dorian would have been closer to this direction, and then of course Ardeen would be about right here. In that area.
So maybe the lake.
Lives around the lake. The big one. He's
Just
pretty
doing
big.
some simple math real fast. Big body of water, big creature, gotta eat a lot.
Yeah.
Likes water, lake.
He's
Yeah.
pretty big when he is in his bestial form. And so probably
I mean, imagine he eats the same either way.
big old lake.
And then Ernest, you also encoded the creature, but you're about right here. Go ahead.
Yep.
I'm imagining, and it could have been any number of us that did, but I'm imagining that Pendley probably had the most, amiable, chit-chat with this person. Did we get a name?
Yes. Pen, you and Eli would know that his name is Jiro. Goes by Jiro.
Great, thank you. So, yeah, Pen will mention. So, I guess we're gonna have to visit Jiro. And, maybe do some communication exercises. It'll be fun.
You guys are so good at communicating, but I'll talk to him first. We'll see how that goes.
We could each talk to a head.
Well, that might be insulting. I'm not really sure.
And a little complicated. It could be complicated because I don't know how hard it is for him to split his thoughts between all the heads.
What if they have their own individual thoughts?
It might explain the craziness.
This is very
Every time they get a new head, they get a new personality?
This is why I didn't want to get involved.
Well, you know what? We'll just tread carefully, and if you hear my thunder step, you'll know it's time to not ask so nicely.
Well, at least,
That'll be the signal.
I should probably apologize for running away.
And if you don't hear the thunder step, we can try talking to him some more. You can come out and apologize. It'd be great.
I feel like I've grown since then as a person.
Have you?
Yes,
Okay.
I think so.
Eli believes that you believe that.
Thanks, Eli.
It's been so many years, they probably have some really neat stuff to steal.
No. We'll wait till... We'll think about that later, okay?
That's Plan C.
That's-
What's Plan
yeah.
C?
Plan B is fight him and use his heads for super weapons, I guess.
I was thinking Plan A was you talk to him, and Plan B was I talk to him, and or anyone else who wants to talk to him talks to him, and then Plan C was sort of fighting and stealing at the same time.
Your Plan B is just Plan A extended. That's the second part of Plan A.
So we only really have a Plan A and Plan B. It's Plan A with an AB, and the B with a BB.
I think we should get some rest.
That sounds great because my head's starting to hurt.
I think there are many things to ponder as we embark on this. The general sense is that we're going to use this battery, and we're going to go find this Jiro, who is a mini-head dragon, and we're going to ask him to regrow his heads for us so that we can charge this battery.
Does he have to hold the battery when he regrows his head?
I don't know. I think we have to be touching him, which might be difficult.
We'll find out.
It won't be too difficult if he agrees to it.
It might be very easy.
Yeah.
We'll see how nice I sound.
I remain optimistic that if Eli can't solve this, one of us maybe can. Or maybe all of us together as teamwork. Except for you, Dorian, I'd probably stay hidden. I mean, because he knows you stole the big coin.
And you're not going to apologize.
Yeah. This is not anything personal. I respect you.
But yeah, I think it'll be great. Let's I'm gonna hit the hay.
Let's get
Sounds
started.
You want to bunk up together? Like, shoots her a look like it's half joke, half serious.
To Tromper or to RD?
To trompery.
No, thank you. I'm gonna hang out with Randavi. I'm gonna catch up tonight.
Okay. Later then.
Hmm.
She'll find a corner or something and
Yeah.
get settled for the evening.
Let's go ahead and get our long rest in. Let's go ahead and take a quick break.
Cool.
So we're gonna do a quick break, and then when we come back, it sounds like we're gonna go try to find a Hydra. So
Going on an adventure.
going on an adventure. All right.
Secret tunnel.
We'll be right back. we're back. Thank you for sticking with us through this break. Got a little bit of time left before in the last half of the session, so let's jump back into it. We pick up where we left off with the party having a long rest here in Randavi's cabin. Just to recap, we showed up at Randavi's house. We talked to Randavi. Randavi has a mine. There's an anvil inside that has lots of magical properties. Very nice things. He brought out some soup and dried meats. Talked about magic. Decided that when magic, we are all magic and all things are magic. And when you use magic and it leaves you, it is an avalanche of magic. It's being used for a purpose. It's heading back home and being drawn to a source far larger than you. And when it leaves you, it goes quickly, fast. But when things are grown and created, and when things are made via magic, that magic moves slower. So when people are made, and when things are made, and when trees grow, and when rivers run, and when hydras regrow their heads, that magic is slow. And that magic can be harnessed by the battery that Randavi made. That currently is around the forearm, trumper. Charging and holding that kind of magic and utilizing it could very well solve your problem with making another spear. And with those thoughts and that resolution in your hearts, you all take a long rest. And we wake up the next day without issue. And we all have our morning routines. You guys can tell me about them if you wish. And we think about this Hydra, this Jiro, and where is he now? How do we find him? And what are our next steps as we have our morning routines? And I'll throw it back to all of you.
Penley wakes up early, does his morning stretches, which he's convinced is why he has such great reaction time and dexterity, and reflects on what he could have done better in his interaction with Jiro last time they were in the same space. That's it. That's what Penley does in the morning.
Eli is making sure that her hair is nice and brushed, her breath doesn't stink, and kind of just preparing for a day of travel, like making sure everything's nice and packed down tight, but also knowing that at some point in the day she's probably going to have to talk down a very angry, multi-headed beast. So she's looking forward to that.
Itrine is helping pack things up and still whisper arguing with her companion, but a new whisper argument. So she's like, "No, that was your fault. You were the one who said it. You were the one who..."
Dorian's probably also out with Pendley doing some stretching, just getting ready for the day. You know, it's going to be a lot of walking, and
We're doing the wingspan ones right now.
yeah,
Just all the way across.
all the way across, full wingspan.
Yep. And up. And over.
Ernest wakes up and ponders the implications of a multi-headed dragon. He dusts himself off, checks on his little spirit bird friend, probably sprinkles some breadcrumbs in there or whatever. He's sure they'll vanish eventually. And yeah, then probably goes and joins Pin and Dorian at like the tail end of their stretching.
Our morning stretches.
Yeah.
We got the flying ones done already, which don't really help me, but I mean, it feels nice. Now it's time for like the whole body went the lunges. Make sure that we're nice and limber in case we fall through a bridge again.
Oh, well, you know I can fly, right? Sometimes.
Yes, well, that's 2 of you. Of the 3 of us.
You.
So
He's
I
very
have
careful not to knock over the nest while he stretches.
3 of us doing stretches. I mean, Bentley's bad at math, but
At that point during,
Feeling limber.
at some point during stretches, Trumpery comes over. She says, "Good morning.
Morning.
good morning.
Morning.
You all are looking fantastically limber. Well done. Well done."
Feeling fantastically limber.
It's the best way to greet the day. I haven't been sick in years, and I'm pretty sure it's the stretches.
It's probably stretches. Well, I was thinking that I'll just hold on to this for now, unless someone else wants to hold the battery. Is that okay? Okay. Well, other than that, I'll hold on to it then. I'll keep it safe. What's the plan? Should I be what is our plan for the day? Are we leaving now, or are we leaving later? Do I have time to stretch too? Maybe a bath? I don't know.
There's
I mean,
always
we were
time to
gonna-
stretch. Oh, sorry. What were you saying, Eli?
I was just gonna say we're gonna head up fairly early, unless you got something else to do.
No. I'm good. Randavi knows that we're coming back later once we have this whole thing charged, and they'll be preparing for us.
Seems fair. I mean, yeah, we just got a lot of ground to cover to make it all the way to the lake. Might take, what, most of the day at least? How slow do you guys walk? Do you guys walk pretty slow?
I would say average.
Too terribly slow.
How are we getting to the lake?
I mean, do we have something we could ride?
It's quite a long time. We didn't bring any horses.
Yeah.
I guess we could walk.
I mean,
We've done a lot of walking. As a group, we've got good leg muscles.
Yeah.
It's the
my legs are in
stretches.
great shape. I mean, it's
Mostly the stretches.
sure. I mean, I don't know. Is there a place to get something to ride? I'm down for it, but I don't think there is any.
Sounds like we're walking.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will prepare accordingly. I'm just
There
gonna,
is time for stretches, though.
yeah,
You
yeah,
don't want to pull a muscle.
yeah. If we're gonna be walking, and then she'll join you guys. Yeah, if we're gonna be walking
Yeah.
that far, definitely joins in with the lunges and stretches.
This is warrior 2.
We're good.
Perfect. Your posture is great.
All right. We stretch. We say our goodbyes to Randavi. Randavi is thankful you have all been here. You are welcome at my house at any time. Come by whenever. Battery charged or no.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
It was very good food, and you're very interesting.
It was lovely to meet you all as well. Now.
Good
Boy!
luck with your anvil thingy.
Oh.
Thanks. He just goes off to do some work. He's a scientist. And we will break off into our walk. So, backing it up, big picture, we're walking to the lake where we saw this creature. Now, as you all can see on the map, you all saw the creature in various areas. If we're looking at this map and we're looking at it, where would you guys like to go specifically? And then, are we walking there, or is there any other way any of you have to aid us in this journey? You're all the way over here. It's going to take you months to walk there.
Oh,
Wants to walk where? Sorry, I just looked.
This
at the map.
is this kind of distance right here, like
Where are we going? The
distance-wise.
crossing?
you guys. This is where you saw the dragon or the Hydra. That distance is like walking across the maybe not months, but definitely weeks and weeks of travel. Like we're talking about walking from like Alabama to Pittsburgh, like that kind of distance.
What if we cut the straightest line we can to the river, because we've all kind of seen him around the river, and walk up the river until we run into him?
Good plan.
Does anyone know how to summon him, contact him anywhere that he likes to go? Just assuming he's near any kind of water, seems like it might also take weeks and months.
I mean, I only knew him for like a week, so I don't really know where he frequents or have his sending stone or anything. So,
Yeah.
Well, he's a man Hydra, right?
Yeah.
can be a man, yeah.
Do you think he's a man who turns into a Hydra, or a Hydra who turns into a man?
That's a really good question.
I
That's
think
important.
he's a Hydra that turns into a man.
Can I do like a history check for Hydra knowledge?
Sure. You can either do history or nature. Your choice.
That's a natty.
Hey,
28.
Natty 1 or a natural 20? Natural
20.
Natural 20. Okay. Perfect. Okay, awesome. So, I would say in that case, Dream, that your encounter with the Hydra, there's not like a research to do, but maybe you just picked up on more than everyone else. Thinking about it and talking over with people, and in your time, you learned that it's unusual for Hydra to be able to shape change, but it is not an uncommon thing for some dragons. And while Hydras are not dragons, they're in a similar vein of creature, right? They have a lizard-like, they've got scales, that sort of thing. And in that way, I don't think you've heard of any Hydra that can turn into shapeshift, but I think a dream might think that's within the realm of possibility that a Hydra could just turn into a human. It's very unlikely that a human could turn into a Hydra.
okay.
She kind of looks like she's listening to the air for a while. It's important to note that whenever a dream makes a history check, she's basically asking her invisible friend what he knows because he is old. So she's like, "You're old. What do you know about this?" And so then she'll relay that to everyone else.
Well, if it's a Hydra that turns into a man, and then Hydras are like similar to dragons, right?
Sure.
Kind of looks like a dragon.
Which means that it probably has a lair.
Maybe.
Oh.
Dorian, did you see a lair? You stole from him.
Wasn't really much of a layer. It was more of a
Your layer, Eli?
cabin.
Oh.
I'm saying if a Hydra's his natural form, then we probably need to be looking for like, I don't know, a cave or something big, maybe like a clear area where he cleared out a bunch of trees or something. I'm gonna wild shape into a bird. Pull a Samson real quick, and I'm gonna fly up and kind of see if I can get a little survey of the land. I'm looking for any any caves or anything like that near the stream or the river?
We are not.
Hmm?
I mean, he said we're like weeks away from where we saw him.
No, I think
foot.
Brandon's one step ahead of us. So
Okay.
let's get to where we're going so we can do that thing. So we are walking. We're taking Pinley's suggestion, walking all the way to the river, and then following that up till we feel like we're in a good spot. Now, this journey is going to be. It is not perilous, but it's difficult. It's wilderness. There are beasts. There are creatures. You're adventuring. There shouldn't be anything in this area of the world that is of any danger to adventurers of your level and your skill. But this amount of travel on foot can put a hampering on the party. So, I would like for us all to collectively make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
Not bad. It's an 18.
13?
Hey, 17.
Nice. 22.
Nice. I
So
like that
Rain.
number.
So, a dream.
If she rolled and maybe got a 9,
Guidance.
would that
Guidance.
screw us?
Will certainly not screw all of you. That's for certain. So it looks like Pendley, Dorian, Eli, and Ernest all succeeded, but Adrene did not. Fortunately, this was a group check, so you're all going to be successful. During this long travel through the forest and over lakes and across fields and all that, Adrene, you have a little bit of a tough time. Maybe what's happened to Adrene that she just doesn't like this particular stretch of travel. Did something bad happen to her? What are we talking about here?
Well, for one, she is covered head to toe in things, but I don't think Asmar. Do they sweat? I don't know.
Maybe, probably.
Also, she's been on the road for a long time, so she might not have great memories of traveling long stretches. She's just kind of grumpy. She's not good.
Sounds like there was a horrible kind of heat wave that came through. Whatever that cold air was that was here in the spring has gone out with us in the dream. You weren't prepared to make this particular journey, and it be so dang hot, which is unfortunate because as we're traveling, but fortunately for you, all of your friends are very, very quick-witted, and they're very, very fast, and they're able to keep you from taking any exhaustion points.
Thank you. This is the worst.
Gotta stay hydrated. I think that's what's kept me from getting sick. On you, water bottle.
Yeah, it's just like like when people competitively, like when they drink water and like just crush it as they drink it so hard with the force of their thirst. She does that.
You can see that Pendley's water bottle has like little marks on it for like 9 a.m., 11 a.m.,
Absolutely.
all the way through. But we successfully arrive to the river. We make it there. We actually get to the place where you, Eli, actually saw the Hydra the first time. This is you get to a similar area when you find this river, and you guys start making your way up. It's still going to take a little bit of time. Several days. We're still on the road here. Ernest, you said you're going to turn into a bird.
Yes.
And you're start looking for signs of this creature, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. We might be able to save ourselves some time here, and maybe even possibly gain some sort of advantage if we can. So, as you're all walking and traveling and moving up the river, the direction that you all saw it to its last known locations, there are things moving around my house. to its last known locations. Occasionally, you'll branch off. You'll turn into a bird. You'll fly away. You'll get a bird's eye view, scout a couple miles, and then make your way back to the river and back to your friends. As you're doing this, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Awesome. Do I get advantage because I'm like an eagle? Don't they have like the best eyes ever?
It is based on sight, so you may do that.
Awesome.
As we're traveling, I would like for, I guess, are we all looking for signs or just Ernest right now?
I'd be looking as I'm walking up. Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to find something.
I rolled a
think we
26. I see what they saw and what I saw.
It would be more like passive perception for Pen. So
Yeah, not actively looking over here, Pam, but when Ernest's doing this thing and we're having these conversations, we eventually start looking for things. Dorian and Eli, go ahead and give me. I would like for you guys to both make a perception check as well. Ernest, bird's eye view. As you get up and over here on the river, there really aren't any sizable tree clearings that you could see that look like they were made by a hydra or any large creature of significant size. You don't see that. And this actually, I think what I'm going to say here is this perception check is not necessarily about what you did see. It's about what you didn't see. You didn't see the creature or any sizable things that you see from bird's eye view that notates there. You didn't see any other birds. You didn't see any like wolves or deer or rabbits. You got great eyes, right?
I do.
You do. You didn't see. You didn't really see any small creatures like at all. No squirrels, no rabbits, none of that stuff. It's a little quiet as well. What'd you get, Eli?
I got a 16.
Dorian?
23.
Okay. The two of you are walking along, and everybody's kind of walking along here. You take a little bit of time to go out, like off the main path and search out away from the river for a little bit, and walk away from the edge and go off. Eli, you don't really find anything crazy. Dorian, on one particular day, early in the morning, you're doing this. You're flying between the trees and moving between the branches, 1.5 foot tall. You eventually come upon what looks to be some sort of a fight scene, a battle scene. And on the ground, you can see that there is a poor little deer that has been killed, and then there's a bear as well, like a big brown bear that's also died, and both of them are dead. And it looks like they were killed by something else.
Bring that up to the party that day. Drag one of them. Who am I gonna drag over there with me?
I thought you were talking about the bear or the deer. I was like,
yeah, I'm just gonna drag the bear. I can't drag it. I can't even drag the deer. What are you talking about? You see me?
Yeah, the biggest thing the most noticeable thing about it is that this deer and this bear are both gone. They're both killed by some other predator, and neither of them were eaten, like the deer nor the bear.
I'll go find Alista. Hey, so what do you think? Does this look like your man? You just kill things and leave them?
Um, I'll check the bodies to see how they died before I make any assumptions. Like, is there a big gash somewhere, or like they just kind of broken, or
Just crumpled.
something just stepped on them?
With the check you made before, looking for that specifically, it's pretty easy to tell that these creatures were the. It looks like the deer was killed by the bear.
Okay.
That looks pretty clear. It has large paw marks, large claw marks. That seems very obvious inherently. The bear, interestingly enough, has all these small cuts on it, like 3 or 4 inches long at the most, and they seem kind of randomized. They don't look like they're by like claws. It looks like they're almost done by daggers, right? Just hundreds of cuts on this bear, until that look like they're not fatal anyway. Like they're not the sort of wounds that would kill any creature, really, especially not a bear this size. And then in time, it seems that the creature was suffocated, like strangled.
I mean, it's pretty sadistic, whatever killed it.
What do you mean?
Well, you see, it got cut up, but it wasn't by claw.
Mm-hmm.
I think something was toying with it for a long time before it finally literally just strangled it to death. It's a grizzly bear, so I imagine that's kind of hard to do for anything but something very strong.
You ever strangled a grizzly bear?
No, because I'm not very strong with my arms anyways.
I walk
Could
up
be,
to
yeah.
the dead grizzly bear and see how big its neck is. I'm like, oh.
I mean, it's a pretty thick neck. It's a grizzly bear. It's like pretty big around. Like you probably could. Dorian definitely could not wrap his wings around. For
No.
sure. Nor any other reasonably sized person.
Whoever killed it definitely did it for fun or for sport. It could be. I mean, I wouldn't put it past the guy. He seemed kind of a little bit possessive, a little bit crazy. Well, that's kind of.
If it wasn't him, then there's something else out here that we probably
Should keep an eye out for. Yeah.
worry about.
I don't think that dragons are known to leave their prey behind. They usually consume the bodies. Yes.
Maybe, I don't know. Do you know of creatures that just strangle grizzly bears?
Are there any tracks around here? Could see
Yeah,
what
We would
good.
thing was fighting it.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
It's gonna
Dorian,
be,
yeah.
This might be hard to do. This might be hard to do.
I'll try my hand at it. Let's go.
That was way better.
That is a natural and dirty 18.
So
Wait,
18
what?
plus 0.
Yes.
Okay, great. I'll say with an 18, you can see, you're looking around for paw prints, or any kind of prints, or anything like that, and you do find some. There is one particular area up close to a rather large kind of tree, where you can see there's a deep impression of 2 large kind of paw prints. No claws, just paw prints. And it looks like there's 2 of them, and they're pointed towards the tree. And then you look up the tree, and you can see that there are places where bark has been ripped on the trees and pulled down, like something climbed up it right there.
And there's no, like, boot prints or human footprints?
No human footprints. Paw prints.
Well, yeah, those are, but, around the
they're like-
battlefield?
And they're like this big.
Oh, wow.
Huge. Huge paw prints. And they're like around where the bear and the deer were found.
Okay, they're in places. Okay. Paw Paws, but no claws. I don't know if this is the right thing.
Paws, no claws?
Yeah, because the hydras have the big dragon feats with the claws, but this has it's just beans.
Am I still in the air or am I back on the ground?
Or you can be in either.
Alright, if I'm back on the ground watching these guys talk about paws and claws, or is a human the only thing it can change into?
I mean, I don't know. That's the only thing I've seen is the two forms.
That's all I've seen, but I can't say we were at that level of friendship where you show off all of the things you can turn into.
I mean, I can shapeshift and
Can you
I
turn
can
into a
shapeshift into a couple of things.
dragon?
No.
You have a
You know what
very-
kind of tracks these are, Ernest?
Dragons
you know a
are
lot of
scary. I
nature
would
stuff.
never turn into a dragon. All they do is eat stuff and smash stuff and break stuff.
You have a very impressive repertoire, Ernest. I can't turn into anything except more of me.
You can turn into more of you?
Sometimes I'm faster than normal.
Cool.
Can I inspect these tracks with a nature check?
What are you looking for specifically? Like
What kind of creature it was?
Do nature or survival, your choice.
Yeah, I'd rather do. Oh shoot, I'm +3 in both. But I'll give it a nature check. I'll give it a go. It's only an 8. Somebody
8?
want to help me?
Sure. I mean, I'm looking at these things. I noticed the beans pretty thoroughly.
Okay.
I can give you guidance.
Okay, guidance helps.
Uh-huh.
Gonna need it.
Gonna need it. All right. So what is that? A D
4. D4.
4. Thank you. 15 total. It's with advantage and guidance. These some messed up tracks, dude.
It's really they're tracks. They're not really. You can't really it's really hard to identify the exact kind of creature from tracks. It's a difficult thing to do. But there are certain things that are pretty common, right? So these particular tracks look like they are feline in nature. So they're not like, it's not like wolf tracks or dog track or anything like that, or even maybe like a werewolf, something like that. It's not like that. It's the retractable claws, and from the scope of it, you're looking at something that's the size of a lion, a panther, like a tiger sort of creature. This is not a small cat like a jaguar or something like that, but a huge beast. For the size of those paws.
Looks like a big old cat.
So now we have two things to be worried about.
Well, maybe. Or
Unless
one
it's the
thing that
same
can turn
thing.
into many things.
That's not what we're looking for, so we just need to avoid it, yes?
I mean, unless it comes and tries to strangle us after cutting us up a bunch.
Would not be avoiding it.
Tabaxi, maybe? If it's a feline. I mean, if it's a feline that can strangle things, they have opposable thumbs.
Do they kill for fun?
Yes,
Depends on the
could.
tabaxi, I suppose.
maybe we'll just keep an extra sharp lookout now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually don't think this far through things, but it's very clearly something dangerous. So, we should be on alert.
Yeah.
Probably watch the trees too, because it looks like it ran up a tree. So just
We are on alert. And we continue walking, I guess.
yeah.
Would you say we're moving at a slower pace now?
Yeah.
Would we be? I mean, I'm down for it, but also I was just gonna watch the trees now.
I would say faster, because we want to get out of its
We wanna run?
territory.
Well, I think we're looking for it. We should stay in its territory, right?
We're looking for something else. So
We are
like,
not looking for lights.
Not for the big cat.
I'd say about the same pace, unless anybody disagrees.
I
We
think
stay
if
at the
we
same pace. We
run,
just continue.
If we keep moving
will-
faster, we're gonna attract more attention and not see it in time.
Yeah, I mean, predators like to chase prey, right? So let's not be prey. We have to maintain a mindset that we are the predator, even if we're not, because then we'll stay on top. Right?
Complete thoughts?
Where's it me?
Like it.
We
Wonderful.
should keep moving. Yeah, because like
Did I say
if it's
something wrong?
close, no, if it's close by, we should keep going, right?
Yeah. We don't want to stay here and have it find us.
Think big thoughts.
And just floof up a little bit.
It seems to be going pretty well. We're finding. It seems like we're getting closer. That's for sure. We're definitely sort of in its hunting grounds. Ernest.
Yo.
Give me one more perception check as you guys continue on, and then I would like for someone other in the group to give me a survival check as we continue to move up this place and navigate these this river side, and we continue on.
I got me an 18.
18.
I can give a survival check a chance unless anyone else wants to go for it.
I'm not very good at that.
Go for it.
Eh. 13.
13. Okay. So, two things happen that cause us to stop traveling.
Oh boy.
The first thing is a problem of necessity. We're starting to run out of food as a group.
Did we not get any bear?
We
We
should have eaten that dead animal.
Well,
I knew it.
We might have gotten some off of it, but it wasn't. Whatever we had wasn't quite enough. Whatever survival we've been doing on this trip is gathering things and hunting and doing all those things that we normally do as adventurers. Those things that let us maintain without having to worry about like keeping track of rations and all those things. Those things start to fail. There are Finley, as you're searching around finding breakfast and lunch, and as we're looking for fish and we're looking for squirrels and berries and fruits and all these things, they become fewer and further between the further you go upriver.
Guys, something's hunting everything around here, or it's just scarce. It might have moved out already, but I have seen what one might say as nary a squirrel or trout in many an hour, and I'm concerned because my stomach is growling.
Yeah.
It is the sort of thing that in time, if we do not find a solution for the food situation and gathering the things that we need while we're out here, there's just not going to be enough food to keep all of you alive for any significant amount of time. Ernest, while you are flying up in the air, you go by and you see you're flying over the river at one point, and then you see just the very tip top of a serpent's spine swimming upstream.
That's probably not good.
Probably 3, 4, or 5, all at the same time, kind of like the dolphin kind of crested as it comes up over one particular spot in the river and continues on.
How far away is it?
From you right now,
Yeah.
300 feet, 250.
Far away. How far away is it from everybody else? Or is that like the collective view?
You are way up in the air. You could be miles away from the party, but you just see it. You definitely get the sense that Ernest that you're definitely in the right area. I should say.
I mean, it looks like that's it. I fly back down and I share this information with my friends, and we cautiously. Now we should probably stealth, by the way. Or I guess when I fly back down to the party, how close are we to it?
But by the time you get back to the party, it's probably half a mile upriver from you now.
Half a mile that away.
Yeah.
Saw something?
A lot of somethings in the river. Look like a lot of snakes flying together, or a lot of heads.
Well, that sounds like them.
Might be our man.
Might be.
Do you
And
guys
if not,
want me
maybe
to
it's
go ahead
in
and
there?
you guys follow?
Yeah. I'll follow. I'll back you up just in case, but I'll stay out of sight unless I need to. And everybody else, you should also help.
Oh, Jesus.
Right?
I hope this is on because I'm gonna start getting hungry real soon. And if they don't cooperate, they've got infinite heads to eat, so that's cool.
Should
And
we
if he-
stealth?
If he does, maybe he has some food.
This
You
is
said, wait,
also a
wait.
good idea.
Daniel, did you say it was in the water?
It was in the water.
Okay, we don't need to stealth for we're fine.
I think you should.
I mean, it's got to come out of the water. I think we'll be okay. But sure.
Stealthy.
I feel like I could still see you.
So, I want to make sure I'm clear. We're about half a mile upstream. Ernest was flying over and saw a serpent-like creature swimming in the water.
You said it. You said there was. You said I saw a couple of spines, right?
Yeah, like a couple of heads, like as it
Couple heads.
Yeah, as it crusted over and down.
Yeah, that's that thing.
Couple nets.
Mm-hmm.
Ernest came back, said,
He did.
"I saw it," and so now we're gonna stealth to the river to talk to it.
They're gonna stealth. I'm not stealthing.
Is the plan to talk to it?
I'm gonna talk to it. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna try and talk.
Well, we're gonna see if it's our not buddy.
And if you hear me, the signal is if you hear me thunderstep, then we're fighting because negotiations went south real quick.
Oakley dokley.
If I call out, I'm like, "Hey guys," they're cool.
Guys.
Hey guys.
Then
it's
you can
all-
come out. We can talk to him. But otherwise, I have a strong feeling that he might just want to eat us. So we'll see how it goes.
It is a
But
lot
I'm
of
gonna try to
mouths
talk.
to feed.
So do we.
Mm-hmm.
True. I would like the opportunity to talk to him. I did some reflecting this morning, and I think I could have been more mature about the entire conversation. So please, unless he makes the first move, try not to blow his head off before I get the chance.
We'll see how it goes. No promises.
That sounds right. Good luck.
Thank you. I'm gonna need it. Chat. Great time to remind the chat that you can give us luck.
Yeah.
Just do point commands to assist us in any way possible.
We're just walking through the woods towards the river that we've been walking beside, so we walk about a half mile forward to about the place that Ernest was going to be, and then did we say we were stealthing or no? I heard stealthing talk, but I don't know if we were.
Yeah.
Are you guys stealthing behind me?
I think we should stealth. I think.
Yeah.
We'll
stealthing
stealth
is the
behind
move.
Ah! I dropped my.
All right, let's go ahead and establish stealth then.
Okay.
It's not the worst. I'll keep it.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right. I got a 6. Ernest is a big dude.
17?
17, 6.
Oh god, I rolled a 7 for a
18.
total of a 20.
7 to 20, 18.
Must be
All good
nice.
rolls.
Terrible.
Sure.
We make our we stealth our way through, and Ernest is having a little trouble. He's so big and tall that's kind of difficult for him. But
Yeah.
in the end, we all make our way over to the. We successfully make our way over to the edge of the river, and
Oh wait, I forgot that I'm crazy now. That's a 23. I got reliable talent.
nice. You can only have a 23.
Yeah,
This is the only thing. This is the minimum.
minimum.
Dorian, Ernest, or Dean, Hindley, you all find yourselves at the river, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even feel stuff, do we?
There's nothing here. You can't. There's nothing other than the river in front of you. There's nothing you can see that looks like the Hydra. Nothing looks like Jiro. Looking around, it doesn't look like he's sneaking in and out of the river. There's no signs of the creature that you saw in this general area, Ernest. Anyway.
So, can I make a survival check? Look for any sign. Well, you just said there were no signs, right?
Yes.
Okay. He was just here.
We've been blessed.
Awesome.
Hey.
Yo, roll that D10.
Shouts out to the bless.
This will come in handy in a minute, I'm sure.
Fletch with the bless. Yeah, who was it that blessed us?
Afraid not.
Afraid not.
Afraid not. Let's go.
Afraid not.
Afraid so.
Afraid.
Afraid we got a bless.
That's the blessing of Percival.
Awesome. What'd they do?
We'll tell you when we get in combat.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Hold on to it for now. I'll make a little note of it so we don't forget. Because it actually won't do anything right now.
I just want to, since we're briefly chitty-chatty, I just want to shout out to Max, who made a whole new table, and a bunch of the stuff is based on old characters. All the blesses and curses are based on old Iron Valor characters, and it's sick. It's really cool.
It's dope.
No, the blesses and curses are wild now. They have descriptions and everything. So feel free to use those liberally. There's one that turns the enemy into a succulent.
Good old Candlekeep.
Wait, what?
That gives you an idea. Yeah.
Daniel's like, excuse me?
You didn't look over it, huh?
You're gonna
You didn't do
turn
the
my.
research.
You're gonna turn my.
Your Hydra's about to be a
what?
potted plant, my guy.
Can you legendary save from the
The blood gods?
Blood gods? Is that okay?
No, I don't
It doesn't
think
say
so.
you can on this one. There's no saving throw for that one.
Oh, it doesn't
I don't
say.
think so. Nah, these things just
It just
happen. You
says they're a
can't.
succulent now.
You
For
can't
one-
save
for one
yourself
round.
from the blood gods. You just deal with the wrath of the blood gods, man.
These things make
Some of them
sense.
do have saves.
That
This
makes
one does
a lot of
not.
sense. We walked over to a river where we saw a fish, and there's no sign of the fish.
No.
Because how
That
could
was
you?
lunch.
Eli's gonna look out at the water, see there's nothing, and kind of think about it for a second. Just reach down and splash it, see if that gets. Because surely that's super loud, right? For things that can hear underwater predators. Maybe it'll hear from the splashes. Either that or she's gonna try and do something
Is this
louder.
how you slap it with the back of your hand?
Yeah, she'll cup it up and
Oh, okay.
toss
Okay.
it.
Oh, you're tossing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just backhanding the water.
Bam, bam. Yeah.
Wake
okay.
up, River.
You do so. You do so.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to attract any attention.
Nothing, not loud enough yet. Understood. Gonna cast Thunderclap.
Oh lord.
It's a cantrip, but I emit a burst of thunderous sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away.
Thunderclapping right into the water.
I mean, it kinda.
What does this look like, Eli?
So she kind of concentrates for a second, then and this spray of water gets affected by the thunderclap and just gets launched across the river a little bit, and her hair just gets flown back behind her. Very cool looking, very loud. Echoes a long way on a river, I assume.
It's kind of like a gunshot for the rest of you. It all just smashes. It's so loud. It can be heard from over 100 feet away.
And she'll wait.
You all sit there and wait. 30 seconds or so pass, and
I don't think anything's coming up.
Me either.
are you sure you saw it, Ernest?
Positive. Hard to miss. It's got like 5 heads.
It lies some distance away. It looks confused. She looks back at where you guys are hiding, kind of like. She gonna do it again.
I promise I saw it.
Just in case.
You thunderclap, boom, gunshot. One of two things is true.
Mm-hmm.
A, the creature is too far away, and it can't hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Or B, it definitely did, and it doesn't seem to be coming to you yet.
She kind of like looks at the water, and she's like, Jiro? You there, numbnuts? It's been a minute. I thought I saw you from a distance, but I wanted to stop by and say hi if it was you.
Henley leans over to whoever is closest and goes, "Is this flirting?"
Hello?
I think that it might be.
Is that how you're supposed to do it?
Yes.
Say it only lasted a week.
I'm nuts.
I guess there are different types.
We should save her, right? Hey, Eli! Hey, maybe it's too far away, and we should just maybe take a break. Maybe we should set up camp. Maybe search the area. Maybe this is where it lives.
Yeah. I mean,
No,
he's not coming out yet.
Now she won't be embarrassed, see? Because we can leave because he didn't show up.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, especially because you put down the premise of, like, just thought I'd say hi. And so now we can just go. But if he decides he changes his mind and he wants to say hi, we'll be right here.
Yeah, we just friended him or followed him on Instagram. And then
We liked one of his posts.
Yeah, he'll follow us back, and then
We liked 6 of his posts in a row, but didn't DM him.
That is terrible etiquette.
No DMs.
Continue to break the
We'll invite the DMs.
Eli will shout out at the water again.
Oh no.
Look, I'm not sure if you can hear me or if you're too far, whatever. I'll be around for a minute. And kind of feel bad about the way things ended last time. So if you want to talk, I mean, I kind of missed you, but anyways, yeah, I'll be around. You know where I am, if you can hear me. It's as close to an apology as Eli's made in months.
All right, let's do that
great
camp
character.
thing.
Good character growth.
And maybe I can, tell you what. You guys start setting up camp.
Okay.
I'll plonk myself right down by the river and see if I can get us some trout. No big fish, if you know what I mean. Just something to eat.
That sounds great. I feel like we've been traveling too much today, yeah? Right, Ardeen?
Oh, yes, definitely. In fact, I could. Well, I was going to say I could ask the spirits, but I haven't seen any for a while, which is odd. They're usually anywhere that people are, or have been. For a
Maybe it's
while.
because you're tired. Here, have my water and hand you. And I'm gonna go sit by the river. If I get thirsty, there's plenty of water. Just kind of grabs whatever net or whatever Penley has in his kit and just goes to plot himself by the river to see if he can catch some fish.
Thank you. Maybe I should rest a little.
No problem. You'll see your friends again soon. He kind of calls over his shoulder as he...
Eli sees you going to go fish, and she decides to come with you. She doesn't feel like setting up a camp.
Penley's gonna very enthusiastically try to show you his fishing techniques.
I mean, wouldn't it work better if you, like, electrocuted them to death, and they just kind of bob up and just take them? That's how I usually do it.
Well, yeah, especially if you have a lot of fish. Not that I've been able to do that, but I think if you had a lot of fish, that would work really well. But if there's less fish and more water, it's harder to hit them. It's the same thing with, like, a spear or something.
Or hit them with a net, too.
If there's... No, a net is broad sweeping, right? You throw it out, you pull it in.
And electricity isn't?
It is... disintegrates further down from the surface, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so the net's the best way, but yours is probably also really good, and a javelin or a spear is the worst way, because you have to actually just stab one fish while it's swimming.
Are there even any fish in this water?
I haven't seen any yet. Can I roll to...
Roll to
roll for fish?
We can look for fish.
Roll
Mhm.
for fish.
Would
We
this
can
be
roll for
another
fish.
survival check?
You can do survival or investigation.
Okay.
Either is
Damn
fine.
it.
Survival's probably best.
I wanted to percept.
All you see is water.
God damn.
16?
It's like all you see is water. There must be
A
fish in
16. A 16.
With a 16,
survival.
With a 16 on survival, Pendley. I would say that I don't think there are not any big fish. Right?
Fair.
So either they
Little
have
minnows?
Yeah, there are lots of little minnows, right? Probably an overabundance of little minnows, right?
You could do a fry-up.
Could do that. But it seems as though all the larger fish, the trout, or if it was a salmon of some kind, or a bass or whatever, all of the larger fish have gone. Now there are definitely some of those little brim, little bait fish like this size. Several of those around. The larger ones are gone, but they're enough that you might be able to scrounge something up with the 13 or with the 16.
Mostly like the smaller ones, maybe a fillet here or there, but essentially I think it'll be one of those, like, if this were a modern day, Pendley would have, pulled out a few cans of anchovies and popped them open and tossed them over the fire. It's not great, but it's food. Or whatever your small fish of choice is. Maybe a little batter. But that's essentially, Pendley's like, it's kind of weird. There's not a lot of, maybe it's the wrong time of day, but there's just not a lot of life in here except these little guys. Do you think
And something big's been eating all the big ones.
Yeah. I think that was what makes sense to me.
That is
But we've
good.
got enough
Yeah,
to make dinner.
they either ate them or scared them all off. One of the two.
So,
The little ones didn't get scared away.
well, unless it's one of those things that just opens its mouth and all of the things go into the mouth and it eats it, they probably just managed to kind of not be interesting to whatever's eating it. Right?
Not big enough.
Not big enough.
I don't know.
Which theoretically not big enough for us either, but when you get a lot of them, it's okay.
I said that we should Oh, well, first of all, thank you, Ben, for getting these for all of us. Appreciate
No
it.
problem. The least I can do.
Yeah.
Literally, they're very small. But
It seems like this creature could be close. Maybe we should set up camp here for a little while, see if we can maybe find it in the general area.
Sure.
Narrow down, now that we're here, narrow it down a little bit more.
Only issue is if it sees some of us, it may immediately attack us.
It may.
Kind of why I wanted to try and talk to him and calm him down first.
Well, do we not have to find him first?
Or will it find us?
It's hard to say.
I mean, I'm down for a good fight. I just don't want to see Dorian get eaten. He's cute.
I'm sorry, which one of you is it going to eat on sight?
Probably Dorian. I don't know what Ordine did to it. Ernest, you said you talked to it too? Did it really not like you, Ernest?
He did not like me. Then again, I didn't know he was a Hydra.
He'd probably be cool with Ernest, I guess.
I'll look over to Trompery and be like, he's the one that I actually got the medallion from. Or the one that I took it from.
that might be a little worrisome.
Are we trying to say that if it sees any of you, you've all done it wrong somehow?
I didn't
I'd
do
like to
anything.
think we've done it right.
I just said no thank you.
Which it didn't take very well.
That's not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, probably.
But I could have been more polite, probably, and less running away. There were just a lot of heads.
I don't think you have to be polite. I don't think you're supposed to be. Anyway, so should we all look like something else then?
That might be good. Can we do that? I've never looked like anything other than me.
I turned back into a bird.
Alright, Ernest, good.
I'm pretty
What?
distinct.
Would deception be maybe the best?
What do you mean?
I mean, if we are trying to, in a way, earn his trust so that he will do this with us, perhaps lying about who we are is not the best.
I mean, only one of us needs to lie.
Dean makes a very good point. Should we lie to it? If we want it to kindly give us one of its heads? Or many of its heads?
I'll stay me.
I was planning on being pretty honest with him. I just didn't want the shock value of like 5 people that they kind of had on bad terms with showing up at once.
All at the same time, we're all here together.
Yeah.
What's up? It's us.
I was
I mean,
gonna
it
kind
is
of
a
break it
coincidence.
gently and kind of get on good footing at first, and then go from there. But you know, we don't really have that option now because he didn't come out.
Yeah, is it weird that he just didn't show up? Did you really think he was?
I thought he would. I thought he'd either want to kill me or at least be curious as what I had to say. He definitely, if he was there, he heard me.
Do you just wish he was at least mad and not apathetic towards you?
What? I mean,
In therapy now?
it's cutting a little deep, isn't it?
Sorry, I wasn't sure what the case was.
I guess. I wish he was mad. At least if you're mad, you can like, and then you kind of feel better after.
Give a response.
I don't want
Yeah.
a cold shoulder. That's gross.
It's kind of like he kind of ghosted you, huh?
I don't think he was there. Fiddles with her
I just
ring.
don't think he was there.
Just wasn't there.
Facts.
Well, maybe if we're really super lucky, we'll set up camp, we'll set up watch or whatever. Sit down by the fire in the morning, just like we are doing right now, and he'll just waltz up and join us. Right?
That sounds like an amazing scenario that will definitely happen.
I'm glad. That would be the best.
Hmm.
Then we could all talk it out. Except maybe Dorian. You could just pretend you're someone else.
To brought a gift, like maybe some nice wine.
We drink all my wine. Kind of hard to find wine these days.
Making it.
The gift could be whatever we're able to offer him in exchange for his regenerative.
Or like booty.
Maybe he wants protection too. But booty is also an option.
It's on the table.
You said it, but I will support you and back you up.
Back it up.
We'll see how this goes.
Oh, wonderfully.
Whatever. I'm just gonna. If he is here, he doesn't want to talk today. So I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, let's set up watch and call it a night. Try again tomorrow. Maybe he needs some time to think or meditate on it.
Perhaps he does. And perhaps tomorrow will be better. But we all take our rest as we all sit around the fire. It's getting a little late. I wanted us to get to a certain point. We didn't quite get there, but that's fine. But it is getting late, so I want to be respectful of all of our times. So we go to sleep, get a long rest, and we kind of set up in our. We're getting the sense that this area where we're in now, we feel like we've definitely narrowed it down to a specific, not just region of the world, and not just lake, and not just river, but we feel like we're in a place that is close to where this Hydra is currently residing. And you guys know that because as you set up camp, certain signs begin to be apparent around you. You take some time to actually set up, and you do some exploration, and you start looking around, and there are a few things that you notice. Number one, it seems that there are lots of places on the riverbank here, about 1.5 miles downriver and probably about 3 or 4 miles upriver, that all show places where some sort of large serpent-like creature has left the river, come onto the land, and then also gone back out. So you get these large, kind of like belly sliding tracks that go up on the bank, out of the river and back in. You find multiple game animals who have been slaughtered but not killed, and in all those same places, or slaughtered but not eaten. And in those places, you do find more of the paw tracks. But probably most importantly, and relevant, is that there is a small little shoot off from this river that goes off a little bit to the west, and it's actually across on the other side of the bank to the west, that cuts off, where you see more activity than anything else. And it kind of goes off from the river and into a marsh, sort of swampy sort of area off on the far side, a wetland of sorts. And you have a great amount of activity over there, and you feel confident with all of those things that you have a few things to check out between now and the time you actually find this creature. But we will continue that search next Wednesday, or try to, as we go through. So,
We are nothing if not chaotic at times.
it seems like it. We're a very chaotic group. There was so much craziness in this episode. Well done, everybody. Great job.
Yeah.
Great job. Excellent effort, everyone.
Good for us.
Okay. All right. I don't want to take up too much of everybody's time because I know we did run a little bit over this evening. So I want to thank all of our followers. Thank you all for being here. Our subscribers, everyone who's a part of Ink and Lyre. And we appreciate everything you do and every time you guys come to see us here on the Twitch. Shout out to CJ and Raina, James and Max and Brandon, to all of you for tonight's session and all just the horrendous appendage jokes in this evening. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that.
Never apologize for the appendages.
Okay. Thank you all for being here. You can find us.
5 heads are better than one.
5 heads are better than one. But with the next time we will be here is Friday night. Lauren and I are continuing our series of A Way Out. It's a game that features a lot of cooperative effort. Lauren and I will be there. I think we're playing later. I think it'll be like at 9:30 Eastern start time, a little bit later. But we'll play a couple hours, and you guys see that. It's going really, really well. I play a guy named Vincent. I'm pretty sure that he's Walter White. I don't know. But that's where we are. You can find us. Then we'll be here on Monday with Fate's End in the continuation of that homebrew campaign, which said modern day Aroria here in Stargazer's Guide to Aroria. And of course, we'll be back here on Wednesday. Got a couple more episodes of this, and we'll figure out what all these secrets are. So thank you everyone for being here. We're going to send you on a raid, and you guys all have a fantastic evening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.